Hello, welcome to another Informatica video tutorial. My name is Fernando Guerrero. I am a cloud solution specialist, and in this video I will talk about how to pass the Taskflow inputs to web browser or REST client. First, I will talk about the two ways that we have to pass the inputs. Then I will do a little demo to show those steps, and at the end I will give you some links to Informatica documentation so you can learn more about this topic. It's going to start about how to pass the Taskflow inputs to a web browser. You will need to open a web browser, and as you can see here in the step 2, you need the Informatica Intelligent Cloud Service URL. How do you get this URL? Well, when you log in to your Informatica Cloud account, the URL that you are using, that's the one that you need to specify here. Okay. Uh, Then after that you have some standard path active bpel rt that by default you don't need to change that. Then you will specify the API name that you gave to your Taskflow. In the demo I will show you where you can get this information, and you can give any name that you want to your Taskflow. It can be by default the name of the API name is also the same name that you gave to your Taskflow, but you can change the API name so that you are free to do those modifications. Then you have a quotation mark, and after that you have the input field name and the value. And also you can see here at the bottom of the step 2, it shows you like if you have more than one input value, you can separate all those fields with a special symbol. Uh, Now, don't think that anyone who knows the URL and who knows the API name will be able to just call your Taskflow to execute. No. Here, Informatica is going to enforce the security constraints that you have in your organization and that you specify for your Taskflow. So at minimum, it will ask you, when you execute this, it will ask you for your username and password. And if you use a different authentication method, then it will go through different steps. The other way is to a REST client. Here I have some screenshot of Postman, but you can do this in Python or Java code. That it doesn't matter. So this is going to be a POST request. You can see here the URL is very similar to the previous step, but here we are going to stop at the Taskflow API name. Okay, you need to write in the URL the name of your input variable. Instead of that, we are going to use the body, and here we are going to specify the input name and the value. Also, you need to authenticate in order to send this post. So before doing this, you need to log in using the Informatica REST API. You can go to the documentation. I will give you the link at the end of this demo. Basically, you log in. When you log in, it will give you the infestation ID that's going to be valid for some minutes. And that infestation ID is going to be one of your headers, and you need to specify that value. That's the way that you authenticate who you are, and you are able to execute this post request. And I will give you a demo of both of them so you know how to do it. Here we have our task flow, and in this task flow you can see we have some decision steps and different tasks that we will take depending of the value of the decision. If you come here to the start and you come here to general, you will see here you have the name of your task flow, and here you have the API name that you are giving to your task flow. This is the one that we are going to use when we call this task to a web browser, or when we are also using a REST client. The name here can be different to your task flow. It's up to you if you want to have the same name or change it. In my case, I like it to have the same. Here in the input fields, here's where you are generating your input fields. Okay, so you come here and you create one, and you change here the name that you want and the type. You can give it an initial value also, it's up to you. So I am going to delete this one. Uh, then, so here the name of this input field is assigned task input, and I am using this input field to take decision. You can use this input field for something else. Maybe that's the value that you are going to use in some of your queries for your data task. It's up to you. You have the flexibility to use the input fields in many ways. Just to make things simple for this demo, I am using this input field in the decision steps. So here I come and check my decision. If the assigned task is equal to 1, then I will take this path and I will do the task 1. Otherwise, I will take this path. Then I come here to the decision 2, and here I check, well, if the value is equal to 2, I will take the path, this path, to do the task 2. Otherwise, I will do the task 3. So yeah, it's just very simple task flow. And here the decisions, they are the one using the input field. So let's gonna do right now how to call this one using the web browser. So remember, the URL, the first part of the URL is gonna be here. You come to this section, you see this. This will be the first part that you need to write for the URL. And I already signed in, so for me right now it's gonna be just as simple as to call, as to write the entire URL that we saw previously. I don't need to enter my credentials because I already did to log into this page. But if if you come here to the web browser and you didn't log into your account here, and you try to call this task flow, it's going to ask you for your credentials. But okay, so let's go ahead write the path that we saw in the previous step. So we have here the URL that we have in our account. Then remember that we have this by default. And then we have the Taskflow API name. Okay. After this, we are going to separate with a symbol. Then we are going to write the name of the input field, and we are going to assign the value that we want. So here I want the value 1. So when you press enter, you should get a run ID. If you don't get a run ID, this means that the task flow was not executed. So we can come to the task flow, and yeah, we can see, we come to the monitor, and we can see that it is running. Okay. Remember that I passed the value number 1, so it already finished. Let's go to make sure, yep, the decision step, it was able to see the number 1 value, and it went to the data task 1. Okay, so you can see that's very simple. Well, now we are going to do the demo using Postman. You will see it's very simple too. So for this one, first you need to use the Informatica login API. You will put your credentials there, and when you send those credentials to Informatica is going to respond, and it's going to give you the Infa session ID. Once you have this Infa session ID, this ID will be valid for a few minutes, and you can use this one now to send a post request to start the task flow. So here in the headers, I already did my login step, and this is the session ID that I got. It's gonna be valid just for a few minutes. So after that, we come here to the body, and in the body we are going to write the name of our input field, and the value that we want to assign. Here in the URL, you see we have similar to when we did in the browser, but we are stopping at the name of the uh, API name that we gave to our Taskflow. So that's as simple as this. Just remember we assign a number 2. So if we are using number 2, now we should see that after the decision, after the first decision, we will come to the second decision, and then we will go here. So let's go to running jobs. Right now we don't have any job running. I will send it. I got a run ID. That means that it was accepted. I come here, I refresh this page, yep, and it is running. Okay. If you try to write here after the API name, you try to write the command like if we did it in the web browser, it's not going to work because this one is not expecting that full URL. So here in the body, you need to specify the name of the input variable and specify the value. Let me refresh one more time. Okay, it finished. And see, it went to the first decision, to the second decision, and the data task 2 was executed. And as I mentioned, this was a simple use with decisions, but you can use input values for your data task. Maybe it's going to be used in a query. It's going to be the search criteria, or for many things. That's one of the one of the flexible things that Informatica gives you, and that's why Taskflow inputs are so powerful because all the flexibility that they give you. And here you have links to our documentation. It's about how to pass the inputs in the web browser to a REST client, and also a link to the Informatica REST API documentation so you can see how to log in, and there are many more Informatica APIs that you can learn about it. If you have any feedback about this video or anything else in general, please feel free to contact us. You can send us an email or just contact us in our social platforms. Thank you very much for watching this video.